first pull, that's an omen.
Oh yeah.
Heading out for the next soiree.
There he is. How the heck you doing? How you doing? You good?
Time to get after it. Morning, day one. You ready? Got a little sweat going.
Yeah, working this way.
With this view, if a mosquito farts in this valley, we're gonna know about it.
Wait, run. Here you go. Woo!
Boy Scout Tinder. First morning was a bust. Saw some fresh tracks. No sheep. Yeah, by the looks of it, these rams very well may not come down.
My knee looks bad.
Ooh, yeah. Been a long ways from in the pot, but at least they came down. A little game of cat and mouse here. Out on this ridge like a turd in a punch bowl. They definitely saw something. We were worried about sunburn a couple hours ago. Here's that bear in there. Make a move. Go time. Get out of here! Yeah, he ain't afraid, is he? Make it 450. This way. You really like it? Smoked him.
Yes!
Smoked
Yes!
him. Was that exciting or was that exciting?
It looks way bigger than on this one.
That video is awesome. The clients that I guide in Alaska often become my best friends, and many of the best conversations, most meaningful, purposeful conversations I've ever had in my life are in the Alaskan wilderness with other guides and my clients. And very few of my clients have had more impact on my life than Mike Shankle. Mike Shankle is a guy with such a positive outlook on life. He was a man who always had time for whoever God put in his path. Mike made time for that person, and there was times where we had conversations and we might have been talking for an hour, you know, right at dark or first thing in the morning, and we're just brothers sharing our life story or sharpening one another, and we'd get to the point like, whoa, we better be glassing here. We're in Alaska, we're hunting. But he always had time for everybody. And I was like punched in the gut when I got the phone call that Mike is no longer with us, that he died unexpectedly. And in fact, he was supposed to go to Alaska just a couple weeks later to go hunting. That man made me a better father. He made me a better husband. And not having him to call or him to call me, that's left a void in my life that might be irreplaceable. He was a very good man, and I think every person is going to see that in this film. And I share this just as a reminder to pay attention, for all of us to pay attention to what really matters in life. How we treat people and what we give our attention to. And that the airplane is coming to pick each and every one of us up. And none of us know when. So I hope this film blesses you and you have one fraction of the enjoyment watching this film as I did experiencing it, living it, and getting to know and being a friend of Mike Shankle. Heading out for the next soiree. She's hot and dusty. I'll triple check it. I lost one last year.
And it ain't gonna fall out. I've never lost again.
Yet.
You Wisconsin boys losing about every other year, it seems like.
Yeah, we kind of do.
Gun makers do good on you.
Yeah, I guess. That was my sacrifice.
Yeah, I'm gonna run up and grab the rest of that camp and have it down here at least and my stuff. So.
First pull, that's an omen.
Oh yeah. There, dude.
Starting out this hunt where my last hunt ended, just actually landing at a different spot 2 miles upstream. Saw a big ram, two legal rams, one particularly nice, a little bit bigger than the one we shot on our last hunt actually. He was up there, so we're gonna poke around and see if we can't find him again. We boogered him out of here. The ram went up and over the top. This is all good sheep country here that I've hunted many times and we've always done well in, seen rams in, so we're figuring he'll be in here somewhere. It'll just be a process of elimination as to exactly where he's at. We're probably actually going to start out up that way and then work our way back to where we actually saw him before, assuming that he won't come back right away because he was definitely boogered. next hunter, good friend of mine, Mike Shankle. Guided him before for brown bear many years ago. We got lots of time. Mike's got a bear tag, grizzly bear tag for this unit as well. You have to draw it. It's a very good unit. Lots of big old bears in here. Excited. Looking forward to this one. Weather's been good. Unbelievably good. Beautiful day. Waiting for my client Mike Shankle to come in, and Greg, my packer. I call him Sugar because he's a sugar maker from Vermont. He's always talking about working in the sugar woods, and life is all about maple syrup in his country. So good dude. Really enjoying getting to know him, and he's certainly handy to have. And looking forward to hunting with Mike. Mike's gotten to be a good friend of mine. He's from Louisiana. Don't see him, guess I've only hunted with him one time, and we had a good hunt together. It was actually kind of a crazy deal. I was supposed to guide him on a moose grizzly bear combo. I got into his camp late because I was weathered in, so another guy guided him for a couple of days before I got there, and he actually shot a moose the day I got there. And so my only involvement was to help pack it out. And then we hunted grizzly bear for a bunch of days and just never got it done. But he got a nice moose, and actually I had this was several years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, and I was going through major back pain during that hunt. It was like a 2.5 month stint that I had in the mountains, and I don't know, I had injured my back that summer and had herniated a disc, and it just really got aggravated. So I was in the bush for over 2 months before Mike came hunting with me, and my back was just in a tremendous amount of pain and discomfort. And Mike was just so patient, kind, understanding with me, you know. I mean, I was able to function, but I wasn't probably much fun to be with, you know. I wasn't very talkative. I just wasn't myself because I was just in so much pain and discomfort. I look at this hunt as an opportunity for me to repay the favor, I guess. Not that Mike is expecting that, but I know Mike's going through some physical issues at this point. He was in a car wreck a year or two after our moose bear hunt together, and he's had a couple of surgeries. Most recently, just a couple of months ago, he had a couple of vertebrae in his neck fused, and so he's going to be limited on his ability to pack. Probably, you know, just all around his physical ability is going to be limited because of that surgery that he just had to have. It just got so bad that he couldn't put it off any longer. But Mike sure was understanding with me when we hunted together last time, and I'm going to do everything in my power to help him realize his dream on this hunt. Show him a good hunt, take care of him as best as I can. I know Greg will as well. So I'm looking forward to it. If anybody's deserving of a good experience, it's Mike. So I can't wait for him to get here and get this underway and see what shakes out in the next 12 days. You ready for round 2, Greg? You're getting pretty domesticated there at base camp, it seemed.
Yeah, somewhat. It's nice when somebody got something that has something to do.
Yeah. We'll have something to do. I think Mike's hunting caribou, grizzly bear, obviously sheep. We'll have all kinds of stuff to do.
Yeah, so.
For a couple of days anyways.
Neat.
Look at that big smile. You will probably never see another client smile as much as Mike does.
Yeah, so if you just go straight back up in there, cool. And then I'll take this one first and I'll get it on a step for you. Okay, you're definitely on that step. And then if we take that other leg, okay, you're coming on out. If you can come straight to the ground, I got you. Okay.
I remember that smile.
There he is.
How the heck you doing?
How you doing?
Good, good. You met Greg,
Yes,
right?
sir.
All
Yes,
right.
sir. It's Mike.
You must have the rifle inside, eh?
Absolutely.
All right.
No.
Sucker must have fallen out halfway in between here and there. I thought it was supposed to be there.
We must have dropped it somewhere.
You look like you've lost weight.
I have.
On purpose?
Hiking.
Yeah, well that's good.
Trying to lean up a little bit.
Okay.
So I can at least do a couple miles.
So you're not stressed out over your daughter's boyfriend or something like that?
No.
Oh, that's good.
Hey, you want to take care of him? Bring him up here. We can make him disappear if you don't like him.
There's a lot of places to bury bodies.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. I thought you meant as a packer. I'll bring my son up.
Oh, no.
I was going to say, you don't like the son-in-law. We can get rid of him for you. No. Oh, shoot, man. Well, what a day, you guys.
Go
give her hell
All right,
yes.
thanks, Matt.
Hey, good
Thanks,
luck,
Matt.
Mike.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, man. Greg?
Shoot. Well, let me carry something, man. On our previous hunt 9 days earlier, Greg, our client, and I spotted 2 mature rams, one of which was dark-horned and very old. Hours into stalking them, we bumped into a third legal ram, roughly the same size as the one we were after. With the target ram over 1,000 yards away and no cover between us, my hunter wasn't about to let this opportunity pass. If you really like that. Reload. The other 2 rams heard the shot and saw us and eventually fled the area. I guess the older ram was 11 or 12 years old. Knowing the winter ahead might well be his last, this was the perfect ram to go after with Mike. Our plan on this hunt was to simply scour the surrounding drainages until we found them. So we loaded a 3-day outfit and set off into the general direction we last saw them heading.
This year has been an exceptionally tough year. We started the year off with the loss of my mother-in-law, and it was a very difficult time for us. And then the COVID bug hit. You know, I worked in healthcare, so seeing a lot of death on a daily basis was very, very tough, mentally draining. So I was really looking forward to getting up here this fall and getting to come on this trip. And I started training pretty hard around February, March time frame, and wound up getting a pretty substantial injury in my neck and wound up having to have surgical repair. So I didn't even know if I was going to be able to come up on this hunt at that point. But everything has worked out, and I feel very blessed to be here. And I'm looking forward to chasing Dall sheep and caribou and grizzly bear if we have enough time. up here in the Brooks Range with Billy.
Well, men, we got about 12 days. Are we ready?
Yes, sir.
We're leaving civilization and electric fences behind. We're heading into the wild blue yonder. Here we go. 8:05 p.m. Where we're headed is pretty tight canyons, so we just wanted to. Thermals are just starting to switch now. I think they're still a little bit at our back, but I think we'll be just fine. By the time we get up there, should be coming down. Hopefully, weather will be good in the morning, and we'll start off real early with thermals in our face. Hunt up a bottom, a couple drainages, hunt up from the bottom. See what we shake out. Home sweet home. This is where we'll set up camp number 1. Dall sheep hunting pro tip. Don't eat 2 bacon cheeseburgers and half a freeze-dried mac and cheese before going on a 3-mile hike.
Yeah. Well,
She didn't agree with the old intestines. Got a little sweat going.
yeah, worked up a good sweat.
Good. Well, looks like we still got water over there. So this is the country where we're gonna hunt. See sheep right up all in this. See sheep back in this canyon usually. Thermals are still at our backs, but as long as we ain't seen any sheep here, we should be alright. I usually don't worry about wind too much till we're about a mile away, but definitely don't want to go up in that canyon with the wind at our back. The greatest lessons can't be taught, they have to be experienced. You know, I'm older, you know, I can't pack out the heavy loads that I used to, but my experience, my 25 years, I'm more valuable. I can find somebody that can schlep the heavy loads, right? But you can't replace that. And you can't hack that. And we live in this world where everybody wants a hack, right? They want to find a quicker, better way to do something. Yeah, that hack might help you now, but until you understand the foundational principles of that hack, it will never help you beyond that one instance. But once you know a business from the ground up, when you start digging the outhouse hole, and then you go and you start to, you know, you guide and you fly, and you know the business in your industry from the ground up, holy smokes. At that point, you're indispensable. Set up our TP for spike camp. Here's something that I do, saves a little bit of time. It's always good because you're traveling in and out of airplanes and moving camps, and you kind of never know where you're going to be spending the night. Here's just something that's served me well over the years. Is in this, I have my sleeping bag, my sleeping pad, my toothbrush, my book. I carry a little to read. I always have a copy of New Testament to read. Usually a headlamp. We're here in the Arctic. It's basically light enough so you can see 24 hours a day almost, so I don't bother carrying a headlamp. But basically all your essentials that you need for every day and night. So it's all in one bag. It's right on top. Bible, vitamins, toothbrush, a little tablet to write in case I need that. And like I said, I always put my headlamp in there, in the bottom. Got my sleeping pad, protects it, everything you need for the night. Boom, one bag. Saves you lots of time. This is living. Sleep in a new spot every night. Getting up where the sheep live. Just being there. We can wake up in the morning, have rams right there looking at us.
This is gorgeous country.
Yeah. Quiet, isn't it? Mean and groggy. Here we go. Walking on these snowpacks is always a little dicey. That kind of steep rock, not very conducive for being cagey and sneaky. Well, first morning was a bust. 9 o'clock. Thermals are going to be switching pretty quick, so it's time to relax, eat, drink. Basically been going 3.5 hours straight. Saw some fresh tracks. No sheep. How we feeling, boss?
Good.
Want to doctor your feet?
You know, once I got down on the flat part, good slide.
Yeah. That side hilling sucks, but then you hate to give up your elevation. It's always a catch-22.
Yeah, feel it on this ball.
Yeah.
This foot, like grabbing, and other than that, my feet feel pretty good.
Good.
My knee looks bad.
Already?
No, where I hit the.
Oh.
I fell.
Oh. Ooh, yeah.
It'll heal up though.
Long ways from the heart, huh? It won't be the last.
No.
That rock, this jagged, shaly, porous rock, man, it eats you up. Yeah. Well, we're gonna snack a little bit and relax. We left Greg back up on the hill. We kind of went in a dead-end canyon. We had him sit on a knob so he could watch these series of grassy promontories to see if there's any sheep working in them. Because I don't think we could see 90% of it, so I don't think we're gonna walk down that country to check it out. I don't think it'll be worth the effort. So Greg just stayed there. 9 o'clock now, so now's the time when sheep should be feeding. So if there's any sheep there, he should get an eyeball on them. After miles of hiking, it was warm and the sun was high. We decided to peek into a couple more drainages before taking a break. As we picked our way through a dry riverbed, 2 sheep crested a spur about 900 yards above us. They spotted us the instant we saw them. One look through the glass and it was confirmed. These were definitely the rams we were after. They're not moving real fast, but we never really walked. I wouldn't really say directly at them by any stretch, but those are the same 2 rams that we boogered 10 days ago, so they're probably still edgy from that. Our only hope was to quickly back out in plain view of the rams and make sure they saw us leave the valley, in hopes their nerves might settle and not flee over the Continental Divide and out of our hunting area. Well, we're walking out in plain view of them now, hoping they'll see us and relax a little bit and stay in this canyon. Kind of doubt it, but they definitely saw something. An hour later, we came upon a relatively flat, grassy saddle with a spring. The rams were over 2 miles away, bedded in the cliffs high above where we originally bumped them. I was optimistic they would stay put. We hiked another 3 miles back to retrieve our spike camp, and when we returned to the saddle late that afternoon, the canyon was engulfed in fog. We pitched camp in the rain, hopeful the rams would still be there in the morning. Woke up to a little rain this morning. rams have basically not moved at all since we put them to bed last night. They gotta be getting hungry, Mike.
Hope so.
Probably getting a little bit of moisture licking rocks up there with all the rain we had last night, but they gotta be hungry and thirsty. There's a few little stems of grass up there, it looks like, but I'm kind of guessing they'll go down that way, but who knows. But I don't think they're gonna go up and over at this point. They've basically been sitting there for 18 hours. If they'd wanted to climb up, I think they'd have done it already. Right before the fog moved in, the rams started heading down at a pretty good clip. Usually seems what they'll do is stay up high for a while, but when they're ready to eat or drink, whatever it is, they boil on down. So we're packing everything up and get ready to go, but hopefully this morning's our morning. Leaving Camp 2 behind, heading into the fog. Plan is to get to a little bit better vantage point where we can see down that valley with all those little ridges where we saw them yesterday. Looked like that's where they were headed today. Figured that's where they'd head. Feed and water down there, and hopefully try to catch them moving in and out of those little draws. Hopefully they'll go down in one, and then we'll make our move. So we don't want to overcommit at this point and go down to the bottom, because once we get into the bottom we won't be able to see very well as to where they are. So I'm going to use this little bit of fog as some cover, set up on a point, sit in glass, wait for the fog to break. Should break. It looks like it's breaking up. See some blue sky up above, but a little bit of sprinkle right now, and hope we get a little opportunity for some redemption on these sheep. Well, the rams moved off their perch, but they didn't go very far. Cruised down just a couple hundred yards from where we were camped. Right now they're perched about right there. They were up there in that real craggy stuff. Moved down, they got a little more feed there. We were hoping they'd duck down in there, but they're not ready to come down to the bottom yet, it seems. So we're about 2 miles away right now. Just going to be careful. We're kind of exposed, but we're just going to be careful not to skyline ourselves. This fog behind us conceals us. We'll probably, now that we know where they're at, we'll probably duck down, kind of get a little more out of sight, and just poke our heads out once in a while. But we wanted to get a vantage point in case they were down in one of these little bottoms feeding. It looks like the fog's going to swallow us up. That's the beauty and the curse of big game hunting, is in Alaska particularly, is the ever-changing conditions. Everything looked like we had blue sky there. We thought we were in the chips. Now it's just foggy and rain. The best videos are the ones where hunters look like complete morons, you know, and then I make it, that's what the editing's all about. I can make it look like I'm right all the time and the hunter's wrong.
Well, that'll happen frequently with me.
Well, we're sitting here yapping, and Greg looks up, he does the double take, and then I knew exactly what he was looking at. I'm like, put my binos up. I don't think either one of us wanted to say it, because we were like, nah, that ain't him. Sure enough, they've come down, they're right in the fog there. It's too thin to make any kind of a move on them right now, I think, so hopefully they'll wrap around and go in that bowl, but we'll pack up and be ready either way. Hopefully it's the break we need.
Right.
They're a long ways from in the pot, but at least they came down. Once in a while you can use the fog as cover, but we're a mile and a half away. We don't dare. Especially now it's breaking up. Blue sky up above. So we're hoping that they feed into one of those draws, and a little bit chilled because I tore my clothes off, kind of ready to go here. But hopefully they'll feed in one of those draws, get out of sight, and then we're gonna have to go like mad. The one with the darker horns, and then he's got like a ring of dirt around his nose and mouth. We've actually got, I think it's 2 ewes and a lamb. Those are actually the sheep we saw in the fog earlier. And then now the rams have come down. I suppose they saw the lambs and ewes and had a little confidence that the coast was clear, but obviously extra eyeballs we got to deal with. 11 o'clock, so they'll probably be bedding here at some point, but we might get our chance. Kind of look like they're going to tuck into that draw, but the one ewe is bedded right on the top, and then the other one's right on the spine too. So, little game of cat and mouse here. So those rams, we last saw them, they were headed right to the bottom. Looks like they might come across, go onto this mountain right over there. Wouldn't be surprised if they're looking to relocate into new country, because we kind of boogered them. And those are the same rams that we spooked before. So they're probably extra nervous. So they were right there. We're heading down. I'm gonna duck around the corner. Maybe get lucky, catch them in the bottom. But either way, I just think it's a play we gotta make. So here we go. We trailed the rams in the riverbed for 2 miles. It was as if they'd vanished. Eventually we came to the mouth of a deep, rocky canyon. It looked dry and lifeless. A place I wouldn't ordinarily expect to find sheep. But it was our last chance at finding them. With sweat in our eyes and the wind at our backs, Mike and I stumbled up the boulder-strewn cut as swiftly as we could. Not 200 yards in, we spotted movement as a ram crossed before us and instantly disappeared around the corner. We raced ahead with no regard for noise, nor our knees, nor ankles. We knew this was our chance. 425. He's broadside facing to the right, the bottom one. Wait. He's the dark horned one. Get steady. Figure 450. Wait for him to turn broadside. We get another range. 440. So I'm just below his spine. If you're dead solid, wait for him to turn broadside. He'll stop. He's definitely the dark horned one, the one on the left. Wait for him to stop. Yeah, just wait. Yep. So I'm just below the spine now. Take him. Take him right there. Reload. Wait. Wait. He's the back one. Wait. I don't know. 450. Make it 430, make it 450. Just wait. He's the one you can see. 560. Go 550. The back one. Yep, the back one. Go ahead and hit him. Just high, reload. Aim just a little lower. He's the one to the left. He's the one to the left. Aim just a hair low. Right, hold right on him. Right where you did last time. Smoked him.
You got him?
Reload.
Did I get him?
You got him. Just wait, wait. He's hurting. Put another one in him if you can.
I'm gonna find him in my scope first.
He's the one on the left. He's standing straight away. He's not moving. He's backpedaling.
I got too much magnification on my scope.
Okay, he's stuttering.
Let me turn my magnification down.
Just wait.
I can't find him.
Just wait. The other one's going behind him. They're right in line. Don't shoot. Here, let me get another range. He's facing straight away. 600. Wait, you'll get a better shot. He's moving slow. If you're right on him, he's the lower one. He's facing straight away. Smoked him. Smoked him.
Yes!
Smoked
Yes!
him.
Man, these rocks kept sliding.
Yeah, it wasn't ideal, but I didn't think it was too steep. There was no way we could get prone.
Thank you, Jesus. Woo! Yes! Oh my goodness. Yeah, it was moving so much. And I turned the magnification up to get on him. And wow. Wow.
That gun is loud.
I don't want to cry here, man. I'm trying to.
No, this was a big moment for you. This was a big hunt for you.
Yes, it was. Thank you, Lord.
Not ideal, but you did good. It wasn't a bad spot, all things considered. They had our wind.
Yeah.
He wasn't even 200 yards away when we caught him in that bottom.
No, I saw him when we were coming up, and I said, Billy, there he is, and I think you saw him just about the same time I did. Yeah, I see the other one going over the top now.
Yep.
Thank you, Lord. Oh man. Thank you, Billy. Thank you, McCorder.
Thank you, who?
McCorder for building an excellent rifle.
Thank you, Greg.
Yeah.
I bet you Greg's like, holy crap. We left. Man, I thought those things Houdini'd us. I'm like, where in the heck could they have gone? And just think, if we were 2 minutes later,
Yes, we'd have missed him.
we'd have been probably screwed.
Well, I saw him coming around the corner, and I think you saw him just about the time I said, hey, Billy. And I don't know which one was in the back, but...
It was the smaller one. I'm 99% sure you got the dark horned one.
Yeah, that's the one I shot at.
I was on 10 power and I couldn't really tell, and I knew you had 18 power, and I'm like, well, you're gonna know better than me, and they're both legal, but...
Well, that's what I did. I turned it all the way up, and with the first shot, I lost him in my scope because the magnification was so high I couldn't get my eye right.
Right.
And then the rock started slipping, so now I'm trying to get on him. The good news is they weren't at a full run. He had his mouth open. I don't know if you noticed that or not.
Nope.
I have no idea where I hit him that last shot, but it
You
was
tatered
facing
him.
away, and I put it right on his tail and squeezed, and
Yep, you smoked him. Yeah, so we knew we had the wind at our back, but pretty much just like I said, I told you as we were coming up, I'm like, when rams are boogered, they like to go to canyons like this. They're just nothing but solid rock. There's no reason for anything to be up here, and they know that.
yeah, the other one's still sitting up there. Can you see him?
No. How can you see him and I can't see
I
him?
think that's him.
No, that's a rock, what you're looking at.
Yeah.
I think he might be up and over the top already. Oh, baby. Put her there, man.
Yes.
How many times did you question yourself? When did you go on your first sheep hunt?
In 2005. And
Oh my gosh, that was 15 years ago.
yeah, I was so defeated after that hunt. I just thought that maybe I wasn't cut out for sheep hunting, and I decided to write it off essentially. And then we went on our moose hunt and had such a great hunt. And I bought your DVD series, and I saw I'll think of his name in a
Barry?
second. Barry, yes, Barry Barton with his 2 artificial knees. And it was the inspiration for me to try it again. And I listened to Billy, I trained. You know, during the training process, I herniated a disc in my neck and I had to have cervical spine surgery, and I didn't even know that if I'd be able to come.
That was only, what, 3 months ago?
Yeah, May the 17th.
May, June, July, August.
August
So just
20th.
over 3
Yes.
months, yeah.
August 20th. And I trained, I walked my butt off. I couldn't work any of my upper body. And it all paid off. And I called you a lot and got a lot of valuable information from you as far as training, walking, hiking. And it paid off. I mean, I don't know how many miles we put in yesterday, but it was very, very well worth it. We got him, buddy.
Can you believe it? We'll talk to you when you get up here.
I saw it all.
Oh, you did?
No.
You saw it? Good for you. Were you looking on the first shot, or you just heard the shot and ran over?
I heard the first shot, and then when I ran over, I saw it.
Cool.
I better get down and empty my pack out.
Yeah, I turned.
Yeah. I'm 99% sure he's got the right one. I remember when I couldn't tell him a 10 power in my binos. I mean,
Must have smelt them when you got up in here.
No,
I didn't smell them.
They were on the ground.
did you smell them?
I could smell it.
I didn't smell them here. I smelled them back in that saddle pretty strong, but I didn't smell them. No, the one walked right out in front of us, 150 yards, just caught his white and horns, and he wasn't boogered. Right after we left you, they came right over top of that thing, walked down that wash. Is that where you smelled them?
I smelled them. I was up there.
Oh, okay, you smelled them up there. Yeah, they probably
As soon as
pissed
I got
and...
to that, well, wanted me to, or pointed to that one to sit at.
Yep.
It's like, well, I ain't gonna be able to see them. So I come up to this one. As soon as I get almost to the top, I could smell them.
Nice.
I know they're in here somewhere.
Nice. I was wondering I mean, did any of you guys think we were going to have to come this far before we ran into them? No, I thought, man, we had them dead to rights. And
right.
Just as we're coming here, it's kind of like, well, I don't know what else to do, but the wind's going to be at our back. So if we're going to do this, we got to do it now. And it was a good thing we did, man.
For sure.
Last shot was 600.
Was it?
Yes.
I was wondering how far it was. First, I was just up there, heard the first shot, saw the sheep. So I was watching them. I didn't bother to look to see where you guys were.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't matter. But anyways, it worked out, man.
It sure did.
You know, that, it's not, it's a little bit catch-22 shooting that far, but it's like, as long as you don't have another animal around you that you can hit, with your equipment, you're going to hit them and kill them, 1 out of 2 shots, if not, you know what I mean? You said you were pretty comfortable. 500, you said, yeah, it's kind of a given, but you was like 700. This rifle can do it, as long as you can, and you did it. Back in the old days when those guys were shooting rams 4 or 5, they didn't even know how far they were shooting them with open sights. Yeah, I was 6 feet low, so I held a little high and I killed them. So, oh man,
Awesome.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Oh.
Thank you.
And there's plenty of willows in this valley. That'd be pretty sweet, and get some sheep ribs.
Oh,
Are you
yeah.
ready?
Yeah,
We're out
I
of food
am ready.
anyway,
Yeah,
so
that
we'll be
sounds great.
eating nothing but sheep on the way home. She must have been standing by the phone all homesick and lonesome waiting for you to text.
With nothing to do since I'm not there, right?
The pool boy. She had to shoo the pool boy away. No way. How exciting. Congratulations. Love you. By the way, Juan is here. I I'm busy with one.
Yeah.
My wife always jokes around with that.
There's one.
No, she always just says, and make sure you call me before you come home. I gotta kick out the gardener.
There you go.
Greg climbs that hill like a grizzly bear. Greg's just gonna send him all the rest of the way down. Boy, he's old.
Yeah.
Old booger.
Yeah, there's the one that put him down. That's the 600-yard shot right there.
Probably broke his back.
Yeah.
But he weren't going nowhere on them front feet either.
Probably shouldn't be here for health reasons, but you're here and
That's
pushing
right.
through it,
That's
and
right.
we got her done.
Very thankful. I'm grateful to Greg, Billy, the whole team, Matt and Emily, for giving me this opportunity, and I want to definitely thank my wife and my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, because it's not for all that I wouldn't be here today, and I'm very thankful, very grateful.
So, I don't know about you, Greg, as we're learning more and more about Mike, I'd really like to see if we can get a 6-pack of beer in here when Matt comes pick up the sheep. Some good stories. Yeah. Good stories that come out.
Oh.
Yeah, we got 10 days left.
That's
There's
right.
more to Mike than meets the eye.
There's a good side and a bad side, you know.
I don't know. Wild side.
Yeah, that's the old saying. There's a little bit of good in the worst of us and a little bit of bad in the best of us, right? Learn something new every day.
All right, man. Bang.
There you go.
Throw that into this stuff. You get a rack of ribs. Look at that fat. You think my gas was bad before? They haven't settled.
Snow on them.
Shout out to Greg, Sugar Playful. I nicknamed him Sugar because he's a sugar maker. Oh. The sheep packing machine. I'm gonna bust my head here. Yeah, that might be 2. So the easiest way I find is count from the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that might. And for sure 8, 9, 10, 11. For sure 11. But right there is where we had 2 rough winters. Boy, they sure look like growth rings right there.
Yes, they do.
11 or 12. Don't matter how long he is, but yeah, 11 or 12-year-old sheep. Better admire those horns one last time because you ain't gonna see them for a while.
Yeah.
Two birds. The guy's good. I That guy is good with an airplane. Was your other spot up there farther?
Yeah, it was an X-band. This will work.
Yeah, well, and I wasn't sure. I figured it was up further, but I figured, well, rather than us looking around with 100-pound packs,
Yeah.
we'll just set here, and if you land down there, we'll haul it to you.
Exactly. No,
But how far up there was it?
It's a probably quarter, half mile.
Okay, so it's
And
not very
really
far.
Not a whole lot better.
Okay.
So, it's maybe a little longer, but that's about it. She has a little care package for you, but she'll just dump it at your camp over there.
Well, perfect.
So,
That'll save us hiking it anyways.
Exactly. So,
Perfect.
anyways, yeah, she'll put that there, and well, cool, man. You guys got her done.
Yeah.
Awesome. Congrats, Bill.
Man, thanks for landing here. That's pretty handy. We had water right there, so we're like, let's just camp here. Guess what kind of bullets he's shooting, Matt?
Oh, God, don't tell me burger. Are you really? I've got the deal. Gosh, they must have a good sales rep or something. I think that's one of the bullets that come through. Yeah, that's his character. Look at, yeah, that's his last year. I just looked at one the other day, yeah.
It's like final inspection.
Yeah, I don't know. God, that's a tough one. He's got some weird ones in there, don't he?
What are you getting?
I'm getting 10, but I'm always shy on purpose, kind of, but. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I mean 11 all day long, actually.
Yeah.
What do you think? There's one in there I probably could count, but I'm just not.
Here's what we're curious to look at some horns. Because if you look at that definitive black line,
yeah.
I wonder if that's the winter kill. Because remember where we had that last year where every one of those sheep had those 2 off years?
And and I'm calling it 1, so if that's 2, he's 12.
That's what we're kind of figuring. And the more I look at that, you look at those definitive black lines.
They're pretty definitive.
And right there, you've got a pretty hard stop.
Yep.
And I'm guessing you have a milder stop there because there's less growth that year.
Yeah. And it makes sense because we had the conditions for that.
And because I remember, I didn't look at them this year, I didn't even think about it, but I remember last year we had 3 or 4 sheep, whatever it was, lined up, and you could backtrack those years. Yeah. They were all light on those 2 years.
No, I mean, he's just an absolute dandy.
You ever seen that before?
No, I haven't. I saw that when I first walked up. I mean, eventually, I bet you that would have cracked all the way, or he would have broke. I mean, throughout fighting this year or whatever, I bet he would have broke somewhere in there. No, he's an old bruiser, man. And I love how their horns just get black.
Yeah.
He's got black horns. I mean, what was that other ram like running with him?
Probably 8, maybe 9. Full curl on the one side. A little bit beyond even. Yeah.
Good one to let run around the hills.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was pretty cool. Definitely the same ones,
I mean, look, he's like a freaking inch or 2 past full curl. I mean, and he's got his lamb tips. I mean.
Yeah.
Give me a break, man. Don't get any better than that.
Yeah, and 12 years old, boy, that's pretty sweet.
Look how perfect he is. It's absolutely perfect sheep. Yeah. Well, congrats, man.
Thank you so
cool.
much.
Hey, thanks for coming, man. All right, you guys. Well, I'm going to get out of here before it heats up anymore.
I hear you.
I'm going to take advantage of the cold air here and, get out of Dodge. So, and you got a bear tag yet, I hear.
Yes, sir. Bear and a caribou.
Oh, you're
caribou tag too. So
cool. You guys just gonna hike back to
the
camp and chill out? And I mean, that's as good a spot as any right now to shoot a caribou.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna ask you that. Yeah.
I don't really have a slam dunk, so just hunt there, and then that's also a killer bear spot. Shoot a bear anywhere.
Yeah.
So yeah, hike back there, rest, chill out for a few days. If I come, if I think I got something better to move you to for caribou, I will. Past that, just chill out, and hopefully you'll whack a caribou, and then when this bear season opens, you'll definitely kill a bear, So
great.
yeah, it'll be awesome. So all right, you guys, I'll grab this stuff. And
if you had an uphill thermal, would you try to turn around, or would you go up that saddle, or would you just play it by ear?
If I was if I had to take this uphill,
yeah,
I'd take off, and I'd instantly, as soon as I could get some speed, I'd scooch over to the right-hand side of this valley and try to give myself room to turn back around. but you're running out of time constantly.
Yeah.
All up in there, so you got to make it all just perfect. And what I don't like is you just don't have enough airstrip here to, you know, I could get it in the air, I'm sure, but it'd be really uncomfortable.
Yeah, for a few seconds there. That's where the art of bush flying comes in.
Okay, you guys, we'll stay in touch here and in a few days. I'll bring you those bullets for bear season, okay? Okay, thank you. You bet. All right, well, Bill, we'll stay in touch.
Thank you, Matthew. Yep.
Yeah, that makes some pretty good pictures.
Yeah.
Standing in front of the plane there.
Yeah, it is pretty good picture. Pretty cool backdrop.
Yeah.
Got the teepee in the background, and yeah, it's pretty cool. Got a 5-mile-an-hour tailwind, but he's going downstream.
Great job. That was close.
Yeah, he didn't even. I kind of thought he might. I'm no pilot, but I kind of thought he might dogleg to hug the tundra, but he obviously felt good about it. Knew he had enough speed. Those guys are pretty amazing, you know. They're just going totally off a feel, you know. And yeah, just like anything, you just gain more experience, and
That's a unique skill to possess right there.
yeah, if it isn't all second nature, I don't think you'll make it very long out here.
No.
It's all got to be automatic, you know.
Yes.
This is the World Series of flying up here. Fixed wing flying anyway.
Billy is fixing to prepare some sheep ribs. We're going to have sheep ribs for lunch before we head back to base camp. I'm looking forward to having my first taste of sheep meat. And then we've got probably about a 10-mile hike back to base camp. Once we get back there, we're going to set up, rest, and then get ready for our next phase of the hunt, which will be grizzly bear and caribou. I've got tags for both. I also have a wolf tag if we see one of those.
Mountain money.
What a beautiful place. An amazing place to spend 10 days of your life. I'm just very grateful just to be able to be here, and looking forward to the next few days.
Even the dry stuff is really wiry.
Yes.
I guarantee this smoke smells better than I do.
Yeah, that's right.
Eat a bunch of fatty sheep ribs and then go for a 9-mile hike. That ain't a recipe for disaster. I don't know what is. Dining pleasure today. Rack ribs. I don't know, what do you think? We gonna be able to eat all that? After 25 years, when I look back at all the hunts that I've guided, I don't remember a single score. I don't remember how many times we shot. I remember how heavy some of the packs were, but what I remember most of each individual hunt is something that at the time a specific thing or things that at the time seemed insignificant. Those memories might just be a conversation or just some animal doing something, or a sunrise or an airplane ride, or whatever it was. And I just want to encourage anybody out there that's interested in experiencing Alaska. It is a place to go with no agenda. It's a place to just go because you can no longer stand the thought of having not at least tried. When you get to that point where the fear of failure or not getting something is dwarfed by the fear of never realizing your dream, you're ready. You're ready to experience the wilderness, to be immersed in it and receive whatever it is. That's when the life-changing aspect of being in the wilderness is going to take place. When you want to go there, experience it, win, lose, or draw, I guarantee you will not regret that you went and experienced Alaska for yourself. That's about right. Want a piece?
Sure.
All the stuff on this side is not too hot. Greg, you want a piece of that?
Sure.
Pretty good stuff.
Mercy.
Yeah, Greg, I think it's safe to say we're not quite as refined as Mike. You and I are more like cavemen. We're just getting in there like a ravaging wolf. Mike's kind of pecking away. This right here, 10, 15 years ago, I rarely took the time to do it, once in a while, but now it's like I kind of make a point of it. As far as I'm concerned, if it almost costs you a day of hunting, you still gotta do this, because this is such a huge part of the experience. These are the kind of things that, for me anyway, 10, 15 years later, you really relish. And talk to hunters of old. It's like, man, you remember how good those sheep ribs tasted? You know, just like fresh fish. You know, you go out fishing on a fishing trip and you fillet those fish, have a shore lunch. Pretty tough to beat. Just like the Flintstones. Just eat a bone, you throw it in the fire. Steve was telling me how you're supposed to chew your food 50 times before you swallow it. I'm lucky if I get 5.
Yeah. If I hadn't choked on it, that's good enough for me, right?
Well, we ate that whole side of ribs. In about an hour, we're going to know whether or not that was a good idea.
Great idea.
They're pretty rich. I don't know about these guys, but I can feel my gut rumbling, but it was worth it. Won't be my first time I've burned my underwear. Sheep fat made me sweat. It's a little warm, sun was poking out. Seems like for me when I'm hiking, going hard, about every 45 minutes. Seems to be my happy spot, seems to work good for hunters. Take a break every 45 minutes. Take a break every 45 minutes. Get some water. Pit stop. Just don't step on those big rocks. No.
You almost got me.
Camera was on ya. Yeah.
I was trying not to film this.
We made it back to base camp just in time before the rain started here. Looks like this little shower was ducked in the tent. Should be done here before long, but feels good to be back. Made it in just under 3 hours.
Oh, yeah. Let me try some of that.
Ooh, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah, gotta get some of that. It's more important than the landing at this point. Whatever's in there looks heavy.
Oh, super heavy.
I like that.
Wow, we're good, bud. Oh, man, we're just popping in. We didn't get it roughed off earlier, so later's better than never, huh?
Yeah.
I'll bring your bullets next time, okay? Okay, that's great. Yeah.
Timed her out just right. We just walked in the door here.
Oh, did you guys just get home?
Yep, just got here.
Cool, man. Well, here's a few little gifts for you.
Care package. Well, what do we got here?
Well, open it up and we'll see. I don't even know. So I hope it's something good. I've been ripping around today, so I told him to throw a few things in there.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, so I think there's some other goodies in the
Yeah.
box. Oh, thank you, thank you.
Congratulations,
I'm probably
man.
also
Diet Cokes and Pabst Blue Ribbon.
There's some.
Woo, look at that. Smoked fish.
Yeah.
Avocados.
Oh, you're the bomb.
Look at
Thank you
that.
so much.
Yeah, man.
Oh.
That weren't much longer than what he took down there.
That's the life.
Really.
You're like,
Yeah.
hey, let's hop in the plane and go.
Yeah, he had a tailwind on this morning. This one he had a little decent headwind.
Where's Bob now, you know?
I don't know.
Oh, he's been moved a couple times.
Who's Bob?
The old guy. Old guy.
Oh yeah.
That's right.
I woke up early this morning about 6:25, 6:30. Everyone else was still sleeping in camp, so I decided to get up and just go for a little walk. And today was my dad's birthday, or his birthday. He would have been 73 this year. Amidst all the COVID stuff that we had going on, you know, we found him. He had passed at home, and we lost him this year. So it's been a really tough spring. And I was just out here thanking God for my many blessings and saying my morning prayers. And I happened to look back towards the mountain over here, and I saw some movement. And at that time, I took off at a run. I knew it was an animal. And so I run back to camp, and Billy was up making coffee. And just almost immediately, we pulled our binoculars up and said, "Oh, hey, that's a caribou bull. Let's get ready." So we took a nice long look at him and decided that he was a great animal to take.
You on the right one?
Yeah, he's easily identifiable.
Yeah. Pretty good range. 260 right now. Alright, they're coming towards us, so you can widen that out if you need to go lower. Alright, so he's the back one. 220 now. Yeah, you'd have all kinds of opportunity, but it'll happen. Yeah, don't shoot. Alright, stay on the one on the right.
Yes, I see him. He's walking right behind that other one.
He'll separate eventually. Make sure you're got a real clear shot. He'll separate. If you really like it. Reload, you hit him perfect. Wait. Wait for him to stop, get a good hit. Wait for him to stop. Right there, wait. Smoked him.
Nice job.
How's that for a good morning present, huh?
There you go.
We didn't even have coffee done yet.
Oh, awesome.
I'm tangled up in a string.
I know we
He ain't
ginormous.
he ain't a giant, but we ain't seeing many of them.
He's a great caribou.
When you said that.
I know one guy who really likes them. That guy.
Yeah, right. I like that.
They could literally land the plane right there. That's not the runway that we're using, but I think they could land the plane there.
All right.
Nice.
All those other two, they
Awesome.
don't know what to do. When did you just wake up right before I did?
I've been up about 30 minutes.
Okay.
30, 45 minutes.
Cool. I just poked out. We're gonna be making coffee, and Mike's like, "There's something moving in the brush there." And these three bulls were cruising up right there. Well, I'm gonna finish coffee.
Yeah. Ain't going nowhere.
No, did you see the hole that thing blew?
Yeah.
I was like, holy cow.
Yeah, those things definitely are blow up on impact bullets.
He went running
Awesome.
off after the first shot.
Well, he wasn't going anywhere. He was hurting. He didn't go down though. See, I don't know. That's
Well, it hit him.
it's all surface.
It hit him in the front of the shoulder.
Yeah, a little bit low,
Yeah.
but I mean, it was about right. But I don't know. See, those things just don't penetrate. Like, that should have blown right through, hit the opposite shoulder, and whammo. I mean, it definitely made him lurch. We'll see where the second one is, but that'll give us a good testament to those bullets now. We'll know.
Pretty thick animal there. So.
Yeah, it's a little heavier and cheap.
Had the coffee going and everything.
Yeah, I had to turn the coffee off just so it didn't spoil the anticipation and the excitement. Well, you called it yesterday. You said, "What was that, Dave and Michelle? You guys had those caribou come in right into camp." And I was like, "Yeah, when you're in a spot like this, unless you see them way off, you're usually better off just sitting there because they're inquisitive. And if you're not a threat to them, they want to know what you are. They're a herd animal, so they're wondering what's going on." And kind of like the sheep, once they spot you, you might as well walk away from them because you ain't gonna get on them. You might as well let them know that you're leaving the country. So the caribou were right there. We were just sizing them up, and then they saw us, and they just kind of circled downwind of us, come right in, and all within the security of the bear fence. Thank goodness. We were safe from a charge.
Beautiful caribou. I'm extremely happy with this animal. He's gorgeous. It's a beautiful animal. I'm just sitting here admiring him.
Yeah, really nice.
Mike, you're turning into a real mountain man. I think you'd make Jeremiah Johnson blush. Look at you.
There we go.
Final load.
Yes, sir.
Don't even need it on a pack frame. That's pretty sweet. We'll meet you at the barn.
Sounds great.
we're taking the meat off of every single one of these animals, and 100% of the meat. The beauty of it is you're taking the old animals that are near the end of their life, and by no means are we killing them all. And in the case of caribou, as fast as they reproduce and as slow as their feed, which is namely lichen, grows, takes 50 to 100 years in this country for that lichen to grow. And then so the caribou, as long as you're hunting them and keep their populations low, they'll always be caribou. Otherwise, if left unhunted, basically what happens is they'll explode every 10 or 20 years or so, and then the predators will get super high, the population of predators will grow. Well, then eventually the food disappears, they eat themselves out of house and home, then you get disease, starvation, all that stuff, and then the population plummets. And we've even seen it in this area, and these caribou have been heavily hunted. Happened in the Mulchatna herd, huge spike, and eventually those hills used to be white with lichen, and then the caribou exploded because they had great food, but eventually they eat all that food and there's nothing for them to live on. So, you know, the inevitable is going to happen. So hunting, it's you try to balance it out. You try to find a good ecological balance, but I mean, that's never going to be perfect by any stretch. But if you're living in this area, like some native people still do, not in this area per se, but by hunting it, you're really, if anything, you're helping the populations to remain more stable, so that you get more subtle valleys and hills of populations as the populations of the various species coincide but spike and valley together, rather than real abrupt mountain peaks, sharp valleys, if they're not hunted. Yeah, so we're on a 3-day wolf hunt now.
Yes.
The best way to kill a wolf is to just get drunk and just let him surprise you. But I don't think that's gonna happen with a 6-pack.
No, no. Bribe us with beer or what?
It seems to be doing the trick. Finally figured out a way to get you to frickin' kill something.
We're just like dogs. It's like you just dangle a treat in front of them and we'll do anything.
Betcha. Did I check these bullets real quick? Is that the right ones, Mike?
They say burger on. Great big sheep, and they missed him at 450. Missed him 3 times, I guess. They would shoot. He was on a pinnacle, and then he'd shoot, boom, and there was no backdrop, you know, so they couldn't see where he was hitting. And then the sheep would disappear. He'd come back out. Gave him 3 shots.
No way! Come back?
He'd come back out onto that pinnacle, I guess, and look around. Boom! They'd send another bullet. He'd disappear. Wait a few minutes. He'd come back out. Gave him 3 of those. That's what it is, man. The guy's jacked. I mean, he's just having a ball. So.
Yeah, good.
Well, the cop is flying around a bunch. He landed again yesterday. I wasn't there. He wanted to look at your sheep. I told him to swing and look at your sheep, so I guess he checked it out. Should have been there, but past that, I don't really have any news from the world, man. It's
This as well.
sunny and nice, and you guys are hunting, and we're flying, and I think life's good.
I bet you a guy's pretty nervous the first time he does that.
Yeah,
Got a pretty good headwind, but now he's got a turn. nickname when I was guiding in Idaho, Billy Tenderloin, because none of my clients ever escaped camp with their tenderloins of the animal they shot. We always built a fire and grilled those puppies. It'd be a heck of a meal for a fox, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Well, he didn't stay there long. He must have smelled us. I think
Mike and I hiked a mile and a half down from camp. We were heading out to this bigger drainage just to see what we could see for bears, caribou, wolves, whatever. Bear season doesn't start for 2 days. We got a pretty decent bear out in this little thin strip of willows. I'm guessing it's probably about a 7.5 foot boar. Mike's got a big Kodiak brown bear, so he's looking for a big grizzly bear, but let's go beside it.
That's right.
That's a pretty good one.
Yep, that's a good one.
So this bear, I'm calling him about 7.5 foot. Looks like a mature boar, but not an old boar. The main reasons why I'm thinking he's not, you know, a giant. He's probably 7.5 foot, maybe a little better, maybe, but right in that 7.5 mark. The biggest thing that I'm noticing with this bear, he's long nose to tail, so he's kind of like a teenage boy, you know, 18, 17, 16, 17 years old. He's got the, you know, the height, the length, but he's just not filled out. His front legs are long. His shoulders are a little bit narrow. When I see his head when he's walking towards us, his shoulders aren't, you know, way wider than his head. And when I see him kind of out in the open, you can see long legs. And so he's still pretty limmy. So he'll square pretty well, but he's not filled out. When you get those 8-foot bears or the fully mature bears, they're going to have real seemingly shorter legs, bigger chests. They won't seem so gangly and long-legged, and then their shoulders, their front end really fills out. Their back end fills out first, and then the front end, as they get old, their front end will build up their shoulders and their chest. So that's a good bear, but we're probably gonna, the plan is we're gonna move for grizzly bear to basically just to a better spot where we can see more country. If this bear were bigger, you know, a little bit bigger, next class up, if you will, we'd probably stay here and try to hunt him, but I don't think that's the bear that we're gonna settle for early in the hunt anyways. Definitely a good mature bear, but there's some old bears in this country, and that's what Mike's looking for. And he's got a horseshoe up his butt, so seems to. So we'll see if his good fortune holds out.
That's right. That's right.
And we can find a bigger one. If we can find a bear bigger than that one, we're going after him. I'd say
Let's get him.
he's the benchmark. First morning, if we find a bear bigger than that one, we're going for him.
Okay.
In the whitetail world, that is a 150 incher. He's a trophy, but we're going for 170, 180.
That's right. That's right.
That's usually the best way to analogize. Yes. Best analogy. I don't know if analogize is a word. It might be. If it is, if it isn't, I think it should be.
Yeah.
But you get deer hunters, and like we were doing that with the caribou, and I've actually done that quite a bit. Mike's finally like, so if he's a whitetail, how big is he? And I'm like, he's about 130. He's like, so if I haven't shot a whitetail before, 130 is pretty nice. Yeah. So that was kind of our criteria. That seems to work pretty good.
That is cold.
Looks like a bathtub-sized pool there, Mike.
Yes, it's very refreshing.
Go for it, man.
Yeah. Go ahead and jump in there.
There's a lake on the other side of this hill here. I'm thinking about going for a dip. I wouldn't call it a swim, but a dive. It'd be an Arctic plunge. Oh, there's a duck out there. Must mean it's safe, right?
Yeah. That means there's no alligators in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would never attempt anything like this back home.
Alligator get you?
You had our water moccasin and get you right there on the bank.
Nah. No thanks.
Okay.
Grizzly bears don't bother me at all, but snakes?
Make you squeal like a little girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care for them too much either. Oh man, it's gonna be so cold.
Oh, it's gonna feel good. Probably better not think about it or talk about it too much.
No.
You just gotta do it.
You'll talk yourself right out of it. Like I said, I'll get my feet in there. I think that's about as far as I'm gonna go.
Mike talked me out of going commando. He's like, oh, you can leave your underwear on.
Yeah.
Like Rodney Dangerfield.
Here you go. Woo! Holy.
It's not a rocky bottom.
Oh, it just looks cold. Oh no, he didn't. Holy cow.
That'll wake you up.
Gives new meaning to take your breath away, huh?
Oh, yeah. The chest does not want to work.
Oh. You said it's not a rocky bottom, huh?
It's actually spongy. Oh, your feet sink about 2 inches.
Woo! Oh, that's cold.
Oh.
It feels good.
Oh. Oh. It does feel good on the feet.
Yeah, it feels good. Oh. Yeah.
I don't think it's as cold as that creek.
No, they were both cold. This is cold, but it's not that fresh on the water. I think it was a little bit colder than this.
Oh, how high pitched was my voice? It just, my chest just did not want to expand. Breaking her down there, Sugar?
I figured I could get started on it. Won't hurt nothing. I'm not too afraid of a bear right now.
I'd say.
Now we got some hockey bombs or whatever we got instead of burgers.
The hamburger bullets have been retired.
Well.
Uh-oh, he got up out of his chair. He's ready to rebut.
I was fixing to say we're 2 for 2.
We're nicknaming his ammo hamburger bullets because they turn everything into hamburger.
That's right. They're accurate. There's no doubt about that.
That they are. So we're breaking camp down, got some new ammo in the magazine. Saw a pretty darn good bear, looked like 7.5 foot boar right on down the valley here, but we just kind of figure we're gonna try a different spot, roll the dice, and give ourselves at least the opportunity to find one of these giant old warriors that are in here. That one's close. 2 days from now we might be hiking back here to find that bear, but kind of figure, you know, we're here, we got to give ourselves a chance to find a big one. Basically the plan is we're going to go into a bigger, broader valley up here. We're fairly tight. There's grizzly bears up here obviously, but we're just going to fly downstream somewhere, Matt said we'll just, you know, find a good spot with a good vantage point. A lot of times we look for junctions and different valleys to come together, or forks in the creek bed. But anywhere where you can find a wider river valley with more willows and or berries, that's what the bear are primarily feeding on. In this bear here, our scent, we're only 3 miles from the mouth of this drainage into the main river drainage. And that bear undoubtedly smells our kill, but he also smells our camp. And those bears, especially those old ones, they're smart enough. They know what humans are and the dangers they pose, thanks to hunters. And so he's keeping his distance. But we just kind of figure we'll maybe try a different spot, and hopefully we can find a real old mature bear. There's definitely a lot of them here. That one I figure is 10, 12 years old. We'd love to get one 15 to 20. They're here. They're not necessarily easy to come by, but that's what we're gunning for, hoping for. Let the move begin. Yeah, we saw a good bear right down here at the mouth yesterday, and then we saw him again today.
Nice.
And Greg saw him on the last hunt, presumably the same bear. Sounded like pretty much exactly where we're going, so.
Nice. The wet white beater? Or did you kill the wet white beater already?
Which one was that? Oh, the one that tore up our tent. Yeah, well, didn't I think Matt Richards hunted here that year.
That's right.
So I don't know if that was the same bear. I wouldn't doubt it. Yeah, there's more red brush, taller willows. Yeah, this will be good, and we'll be able to see down. Much bigger valley.
Yes.
Yeah, this is good. We got all these little drainages that, you know, bears will come out of. Got one big one there. Obviously, this is a big main valley. Little feeder creek, big valley, and then there's another big fork off the backside of that mountain right there. So, never hunted this exact spot, but sheep hunted all around here. Had a muzzleloader hunter within 150 160 yards of a no doubt 40-inch ram right there. He wouldn't take the shot.
Oh no.
Yeah, that was same, like right before that morning, he missed a nice double broomer right on that low little knob. Had him at 40 yards. His cap went off, it had been wet. I told him he should put a new charge in, and he's like, no, it's fine. And so he snapped, he had an old style Hawken with caps.
Yeah.
And he snapped 5 caps before it went off, and by then the ram was 120 yards away, and he just nicked hair. That's it. Grizzly bear season. A little bit disappointed in you, Shankle.
Why is that?
I thought you'd already been up on the hill spotting bears by now. Feeling lucky today, Mike?
Very lucky.
How many bears are we gonna see today?
All we need to see is one.
Seeing a few caribou scattered about. No bears yet today, but I bet we'll see 1 or 2. Looks like we got a nice day. A little bit of fog clinging to the mountains. Mostly cloudy, but patches of blue up above. Should be a perfect day. With this view, if a mosquito farts in this valley, we're gonna know about it.
That's right.
Time to take a seat, pull out the binos, dominate this valley. We're gonna scrutinize this valley like a boy that shows up at the doorstep to take our daughters to the prom, Mike.
That's right.
We're gonna look in every crevice and orifice. 9 a.m., first bear sighting. The sow and a cub. About 2-3 miles across the valley. Walked over on the backside of this glass and knob. Found some caribou bulls, 3 of them. One was pretty good. Walked back over to tell Greg and Mike. Of course, Mike's first question is he bigger than the one we got? And I said, probably. I said, and he kind of just smiled. I said, don't worry, he won't make you cry, though. Well, Mike wouldn't even come over to the backside to look at him. Little cub's running away, I think. Yeah, he is. Saw the cubs, caribou kind of passed her right in front of her, and she just looked at it. Cub was standing up, didn't know what to think, turned around and ran away. We were worried about sunburn a couple hours ago. Looks like it's gonna break here though eventually. Try to take a nap. This one old outfitter had a client come up to him at a sport show. This was many years ago. He's like, oh, I see all these other guys out in the same area you do charging $15,000 for a brown bear hunt, and you're charging $17,000. Why is that? This guy was fairly self-confident, let's put it that way, and he said, well, that's because my competitors know the value of their product. He would just say that to the hunter just straight up. And they'd either walk away or they'd lay the money down, pretty much about 50-50. Funny thing is, when I was guiding for them, I guided several hunters that this was their second or third brown bear hunt and they never killed one, and then we'd go there and then they'd kill a big one. It's like anything, I guess. You should get what you pay for. Not always. 5:30 in the afternoon. Kind of planning to sit till about 9 o'clock tonight. Kind of looking like we might get socked in. She's filling up pretty quick. And about 25 minutes later, we are socked in. There's a whole valley. We're just looking up about 6 miles that way and about 6 miles that way. Don't think the grizzly bear is going to happen on day one. Downwind of our camp. He must have winded our camp. This is a pretty good summary of day 2 of the grizzly hunt. Comments, questions, or concerns, Mike?
We're gonna kill a big bear.
All right. I like the positivity. 6:30 in the afternoon. Pretty much got up on the hill about 11 and pretty much socked in at about 1. And this has pretty much been the story outside of it's probably been raining about half the time. So we're about ready to call her a day, bag it. We got 1 meal left to sheep meat. Times are going to be tough then. Hungry dog hunts harder. Alright, Buana, level with me. 2 days of the grizzly bear hunt down. Where are you at?
We got 2 days left. We're halfway there.
halfway to the bear.
Yeah.
All right. We're starting to get into deliberation mode. So recognizing that we've got limited time, we got to get her done.
That's right.
A little bit of Alaskan weather. We've had it good so far.
Yeah.
But now it's kind of, not that it's terrible weather, but it's not hunting weather.
Yeah, it's just hard to see the bears.
But you can't fight Mother Nature.
Tomorrow's a new day.
Tomorrow's a new day. You just keep on pushing.
That's right.
Anything to add, Greg?
Can't say so. Like you said, keep on keeping on.
That's right. Greg's just steady. Don't get too excited. Don't get too bummed out. Just even keel. You know, life's pretty good when you ate how many days worth of sheep meat? What day did you kill on? 22nd?
Shot the sheep on the
20th? So we've been eating sheep meat. Well, so the first 6 days straight. We're on to caribou now. Well, on the first, the next day we had ribs. That sheep meat just keeps getting better, don't it? Oh my goodness, it's delicious. Yeah, we're a little bummed we didn't. Basically, last 2 days we've only gotten a day's worth of bear hunting because of the weather. But boy, we're 3 lucky SOBs in the wilderness of Alaska. No airplanes to speak of other than ones come pick us up. Eating pretty good, living pretty good. No bears have mauled us yet, so
enjoying life.
It's good stuff. This feels more like bear hunting weather, don't it?
Yes.
Light frost. Birds are chirping. Skies are clear. fog is gone. Time to get after it. So our plan is climb the hill, glass till noon or so, and if we don't see anything, we're gonna take the teepee, spike out for a day, probably go up that way. That's where we started off for sheep, and we saw one pretty good bear up there. Perhaps we should have stayed put, gone after him, but kind of figured we'd probably be able to see him from here too. This is definitely a better overall bear spot. Can see a lot more country than we could where we were at, but he was a mature bear, no doubt about it. A good bear. But so now that your sheep hunt's over, how are your feet feeling, Mike? Well, we'll see what you say 48 hours from now.
Looking forward to it.
You ready to start hiking? I think we're in entering Plan B phase of this grizzly bear hunt. Basically sheep tactics. Hike until we kill one. Greg spotted another sow with a cub over here, so we got sow and a cub there, sow and a cub there, sow and a cub there. We ran off a little baby bear here yesterday. No big boars. So what we're gonna do is head that way. Let's go on a walkabout. See if we can drum up some action. In all my years of guiding, I'd never spiked out on a grizzly hunt, much less hiked back to a previous camp. Before setting up the teepee, we spied a trio of wolverines packing caribou bones across the valley. And on the hillside above, a young grizzly was wrestling with the hide. Grizzlies in this country rarely encounter humans. The winters are long and food is hard to come by, particularly for a young, inexperienced bear like this one. He hears us. He's looking for us. Alright. Just below that second bench. Unlike most regions of Alaska, when these grizzlies see a human, they're just as likely to come in for closer inspection as they are to turn and run away. Pretty proud of his caribou hide. Our teepee's right there. Suppose he's thinking he's got something to protect. Kind of posturing like he's
I need to get my rifle off.
somebody.
Do I?
Not just yet, but if we're gonna have a confrontation with him, I'd rather be ready for it, you know. This bear was fearless. The last thing any of us wanted was for Mike to be forced to shoot this bear. Even if it were self-defense, we would have no option but to put Mike's tag on it. Yeah, maybe if we'll just walk along this mountain, we'll maybe get a little scent, and then he might circle around, and then he'll win. The thermals are kind of all backwards, you know. Earlier they were coming down on us. He's got to be pretty nervous because he knows that bigger bear's around here, you know. We probably won't have any issue with him. He's just got something he doesn't want to give up. Yeah, so we just saw, well, we saw 3 sows, 3 cubs, 3 wolverines, a bunch of caribou. And for our nightly entertainment, we have Boo Boo, who starting to think he's maybe Yogi. Get out of here! Hey! Get! Testing my metal theory. Get! Get out of here! They definitely do. Yeah, they hear this. They're gone. Get out of here. I'm just going to try to get rid of this sucker. It's the last thing we need him doing. I mean, not that I think he's going to murder us in our sleep or anything, but let's just see what he does. Let's kind of get out of here. Get, 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 get out of here. Get. Yeah, let's go real tight together so we look like one thing. Get, oof, get. Get! Yeah. Get! Get out of here! Get! I'd probably pull your rifle down. Get out of here! Get out of here! Yeah, he ain't afraid, is he?
No, he
I don't know, is that... Whatever you do, don't do it in front of him because you don't want it to splatter and something to kick up and wound him. You know what I'm saying?
You mean in front of him?
Yeah, like off to the side and almost beyond him. Yeah, I'd hate to shoot that sucker.
Yeah, he looks like last year's cub.
Right, I'm sure that's what he is. Get out of here! Get! Get out of here! Get out of here! Get! Hey! Bear! Way off to the right.
ears to see if he's like, what the hell is that?
First I was like, oh, I think he told him way off to the right.
What's wrong with his ears? You see him shaking his ears?
There we go. Yeah, he doesn't know what to think of that.
Wrong my ears.
We're 10 feet behind. There he goes. Okay. Well, I think that was worth it. If nothing else made him nervous, he just had no fear of us. That fog is rolling in real time. We'll be swallowed, and the bear will be able to get nice and close to us tonight. We're going to be engulfed in about 5 minutes tops. Well, our buddy didn't jack with us last night. But he's right back in the neighborhood. About 100 yards away, just feeding away merrily. Well, here's that bear we've been after. Time to make her move. Well, this is the bear we've been after. Saw him on our sheep hunt a couple of times. Actually, when we were done sheep hunting. But he's about little over 2 miles downstream. He's in the area where we saw him both times before season. So we're gonna grab camp and load it up, head down that way, just our spike camp. And wind is in our favor right now. Been swirling a little bit. I hope it stays steady. It's 11:20, so hopefully the thermals keep blowing it up. There's a good steady blow, and we should have a good shot at him. But it's been getting hot in the afternoon, so pretty decent chance he'll lay up in the afternoon. We'll just have to take it as she comes. All right, we got spike camp loaded up. We're taking off. We're gonna go down about a mile, maybe a little over a mile, to that little knob right there. Try to relocate him, see what he's doing. We got decent cloud cover, which is nice, keep it cool. He'll be a little more likely to feed later in the day. 11:45. Go time. Alright, we got him relocated. Took us about 5-10 minutes. Right out in the middle of that yellow stuff, those willows. So now we're going to get to that grassy ridge coming down. There's a little bit of water there, a little bit of sound. We're going to try to relocate him again. We should be within 1,000 yards of him then. But he seems to be just feeding in the willows. Real rocky creek bed, so it's pretty loud if we have to get down ground level with him. But wind is really steady, so one step at a time. Yesterday we walked up this canyon along this side. About our biggest hurdle is just to make sure he doesn't get onto this side and cut our trail and scent us. Then he'd probably blow out. So we're gonna work along this side. And if he does come this way to the left-hand side of the drainage, we'll try to intercept him. But he seems pretty content out there in the middle. He's pretty safe because it's very rocky and loud in there.
You can go ahead and load up. All right, you're on 0 yards. It's on 200.
Reload. Hit him again, hit him in the ass. Reload, hit him again. Stand up. Be careful. Hit him. Wait till you get a good shot.
I don't see him.
Was that exciting or was that exciting?
Yeah, that was
Whoa.
exciting.
Let's walk up on him and make sure he ain't running. All right, go ahead and load. Put a couple in.
Yeah.
Oh, is that for up close and personal? I think that's a pretty good bear.
He looked big.
He's bigger than the one we had this morning, that's for sure.
He looked way bigger than the one this morning.
That video is awesome.
Thank you, Billy. I can't thank
You hit him all 3 times. Nice job. Your leg was cramping, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, and what's gonna give you away is just that little eek.
Yeah.
That's all it takes.
Don't you hear him growling? Son.
I heard the bullets whoomp, whoomp, whoomp.
And all you see is teeth. You ain't gonna be able to see nothing. There's sun reflecting off the teeth.
Let's put 3 in. Man, was that a stalk or
That was
what?
pretty awesome, Billy. I was just sitting here thinking, it doesn't get much better than that.
All right, told you to stay on 3 power.
That's right.
Want to drop your pack?
Yes, I do.
Okay. I think he's down. We had our man Greg signaling for us. Where is he at?
What a freaking hunt.
The green tarp was this tall willow bush right here. And then the game bags, 2 game bags meant he could see him. The game bags were the bear, only 1 game bag meant that's where he last saw him. Let's go walk up on him, make sure.
On safety.
Okay, you can go in front of me. 'Cause all I got's a pea shooting 44. I'll go side by side, don't worry about it. Just want to make sure he ain't hauling tail. He never, did he go? Oh, he's right there. Oh, he didn't go far. He didn't go anywhere. He,
First shot should have been right behind the front shoulder, coming out the opposite shoulder.
did he go down?
It looked like he buckled. Are you too close to him here?
No, I think he's done. We'll find where his head is and we'll swing around to the backside. I don't want to be in the turbocharged.
Brown.
Oh yeah, he's definitely brown. Oh yeah. Oofta. That's a good bear.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yes, sir.
I think he's about exactly what we figured. About 7.5 foot. Yeah. Good mature bear. Sure looks like a boar to me still. Boy, he's dark. Boy, he's beautiful.
Yeah.
Dude, you got a good bear. Man, is he pretty. Look at
He's
that.
almost got a silver coat to him.
Yeah, like a glacier look to him.
What a beautiful bear.
Dang, that's a good bear.
There we go.
Not a very long neck. But it's sure dark. It's got to be a boar. Yep.
So he's done for you.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and unload this then.
Yep. Oh, yeah, man. That's a good bear. Beautiful. Beautiful hide. Awesome, awesome bear. Got a pretty good pumpkin on him.
Yeah. He's definitely a mature bear.
Yeah. He's pretty much exactly what we figured he was. You know, we noticed that his front shoulders weren't real wide. See, so he's probably, yeah, I would say 7 or 8, would be my guess.
I almost pulled too low on that first shot.
Well, do you think that was the first one?
I don't know. I aimed right in here and it was quartering away. I didn't break his shoulder.
but he's done.
He's done.
Either way.
That is a done deal. A heck of a bear for, well, it wouldn't have had to have been our last day, but that's a heck of a bear, man.
Yes, it is.
That's a shooter. We saw this bear on our sheep hunt. Well, we were done sheep hunting, but the bear hunts hadn't started. Saw him twice. We were camped way up there, and we saw him twice, and I'm like, well, that's a better than average bear. And Mike's like, I'd kind of like to try for one of those 8-footers. Were you kicking yourself in the butt about 24 hours ago?
Yeah.
Even 5 hours ago.
We were completely fogged in, thought we were going home.
Oh man.
Here comes Greg. See him packing down the hill there.
Oh yeah, and I think he'll be able to grab everything, so that'll be nice. That was really, I mean, we would have got him, but it was handy having Greg there to do that. Isn't that handy?
It was very handy.
Awesome. Man, I don't know that he doesn't have like, you know, super long hair, but I don't know if I've ever seen one any prettier. Very unique. Didn't he look black?
Yeah.
But then you get him here and he's kind of ashen.
Yeah, he had that silvery look when we were looking at him through the spotting scope a few days ago, so.
And I was thinking about that the whole time we're coming over here. I'm like, maybe I should get on this tundra and sneak in on this tundra. But you know, I wasn't sure, you know, you don't exactly know the lay of the land, but we were sneaking through those rocks. We did pretty darn good. Yeah. Thank goodness we had a good wind, you know, to muffle our sound. It's not super strong, but I think it's just enough, and he was busy eating. But that's the one we were going for. Was he worth all the miles?
Oh yes, yes. We got him. That is awesome.
Awesome, man.
That was awesome.
Right there, you see that bush right there?
Yeah.
That's the bush that we hung the meat in that stole Mike Rhodes' meat.
Oh yeah.
There in that Spirit of a Sheep Hunter video. So yeah, the runway's right there. So we literally have a 200-yard pack.
It's like it's got a shine on it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. What a pretty bear. There's the first shot right there, Billy.
Oh, perfect. And that's exactly where I want guys to shoot. Right there. Because if you're high, you hit the scapula, back, lungs, forward, you hit the point of that. Right there, you point of the shoulder. Yep. So you want to be right there. Right here's the crease. Crease, and I mean, it's
you could hear the bullet
pretty small. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Well, was it yesterday I said, if the good Lord wants it to be, it'll be.
It'll happen.
If he doesn't, there ain't nothing we can do about it.
Exactly right. That's exactly right. Thank you, Lord.
So we spotted him this morning up on that hill. Relocated him on those humps. Went there, relocated him, and that's where we left Greg behind. Just a spot, because once we got down in here, he was just feeding. That tall willow was our point of reference, so we had a green tarp was our constant. The green tarp was our constant, which was that tall willow, because it stood out amongst all the other ones, and the bear was right in here, and he didn't move very far. But Greg was able to move the game bags as the bear moved to give us an idea where he was going as we got in eye level. I should have left you my spotting scope.
I saw it all.
Yeah.
I see it come right up here, rear up.
Could you hear the bullets stuff?
Oh yeah.
Boom, boom, boom.
We heard you. Woo! You must have went woo the instant he dropped, because we weren't 100%.
Come up and turn down. I was like, oh yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. We'll have to.
He started going away from you at first. And I was like, oh man, that sucks. Then I lost him. I took a bag away just for like a second. I caught him again, and he was coming back this way. I was like, wow, he's gonna run right into them guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I almost shot him right in here. I had one little window, but he didn't stop. He was walking, and I was just fixing to put my finger on the trigger, and it just stepped behind the brush. And I said, no, let's just wait. And when it turned and come back, I had a real clear opening of the chest, and it was that quarter away shot that I told you I like so much.
You know what I really like about this? You know what's right over there?
Easy. I've been doing it the whole hunt, Greg. We've had easy packs the whole hunt. Well, I was just saying it's been such a tough year, you know, with the COVID and then the loss of my dad and dang, my neck went out. I herniated the disc. I had to have neck surgery. Didn't think I was going to be able to come on this trip, and man, it couldn't have come together any more beautifully than it did. What an amazing trip. I couldn't ask for anything more. Just the time in the outdoors with guys that I'll remember the rest of my life, my friends. I call y'all my friends. Billy and Greg. You know, just what an unbelievable experience. Possibly thank all the people who helped make this happen.
Yeah, and feel free to speak your heart.
Really tough losing Dad this year, you know. We lost my wife's mom in December, so just a tough year. The sun always shines in the morning though, doesn't it? Darkness may come in the night, but the sun always shines in the morning. Thank you, Lord.
Well, the way this hunt's going, I'm sure we'll shoot a wolf off this carcass before the airplane comes pick us up, huh? Well, because we can land right here, and I'll punch it in on my deal, but I think it's 7 miles to where we're camped from here. Because when I did it, it was 6 to right there, so I'm guessing it's gonna be over 6, probably 7, way the crow. So about 8 hiking miles, unless you want to do it.
Not bad.
But we're definitely gonna want to get this, if at all possible, get this hide, actually that hide, out of camp tonight. She's a little warm. I hear a plane. Yeah, baby.
That's customer service at its finest.
Look at that other drainage over there. I mean, they could fly in that, but we see these clouds building up, and I just looked it up on my phone. It would have been over 6, probably 7-mile hike back to our spike camp because we don't have any more food tonight. So yeah, oh yeah, Maddie T, happy to see you. Pretty much perfect. So you're gonna be showering tonight, eating good.
Yes, sir.
Think of me and Greg.
Well, I mean, I'll take one for the team. I'll stay out here with you guys.
No.
That was all calculated.
Yeah.
Good thing we did it that way.
Over and over again, I've learned perhaps the greatest part of my career choice or my coming to the wilderness, my experiences in Alaska and beyond, in hunting and guiding has just been the people that I've met. Dall sheep hunting pro tip. Don't eat 2 bacon cheeseburgers and half a freeze-dried mac and cheese before going on a 3-mile hike.
Yeah. You gonna sunbathe the rest of the day? Yeah. You gonna go? I went swimming yesterday.
You spend so much time with a person and you get to know them so well, and you go through adversity together. And a lot of these clients, hunters, I keep in constant contact with them throughout the year. They're some of my best friends, and Mike is just one of those guys.
I was laughing too hard to see anything. That feels good. I could probably stand in that.
You know, what he went through after his car wreck several years ago, and he didn't work for over a year, and just him going through those struggles, and we'd talk about it a little bit from time to time as he was going through that, and I know he was in a dark place.
That is cold.
Mike was with me on probably the worst hunt that I've ever had in 23 years of guiding. Had herniated a disc in my back earlier that summer, so like 4 months earlier, and there I was up guiding for 3 months in the fall, and on his moose and grizzly bear hunt about 5-6 years ago, whatever it was, you know, all that came to a head, and he was such a support. He was so understanding of what I was going through, and you know, that was just a testament to Mike's character and the person that he is. And as amazing as this hunt was with Mike, you know, it couldn't have happened to a better person. You know, Mike's a very good friend of mine. Mike is a role model as a father, as a person, as a Christian. He's got a great family, great outlook on life, and yeah, I'd say he's a mentor of mine. I've met people along the way that I can relate to.
Okay, one is here.
And Mike's just one of those guys that my life is so much better because I met him. Was that exciting, or was that exciting? Whoa. Knowing him and the trials he's gone through, it gives me strength, it gives me hope. If I'm going through something in life, being able to call him, talk to him, and like he said, no matter what we're going through in life, the sun will rise again in the morning. But that's the beauty of this place, is you will always, every time you come here, any amount of time you spend in the Alaskan wilderness, you will learn something about yourself. And you'll learn something about the people you're with. And it'd be my pleasure, my privilege, my honor to hunt with Mike again. So we're planning spring brown bear 2 years from now, so I'm already looking forward to that. If this fog ever lifts and the planes can get in here and pick us up, get us out of here, because the season's over. I'm on to moose hunting. So remember that Spirit of a Sheep Hunter video?
Yeah.
That's where Mike shot his ram, right in that saddle.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
He loaded me up some burger VLDs. I've actually got 3 in college right now, so including my wife.
Sheesh, yeah.
He had a little credit for me just to space it out a little bit.
That's why I'm hoping my kids just work at McDonald's.
My son, he's the one that I'm having to help out a little bit, you know.
But he said he's doing really good, though.
He was doing real good when he had the girlfriend.
Oh,
They're
that's
broke up
not so
now,
much anymore?
No. So he's back to being a 21-year-old boy, or young man, I should say.
A 21-year-old in the rut. Yeah.
chasing girls and drinking beer, and just if I can keep him alive, that'll be the blessing.
Oh,
right
is
there.
he as bad as you make him sound to be?
Probably not that
Yeah.
bad. He's a pretty good kid.
Yeah, I saw some blood when he turned. And I'm definitely glad that you got him, because the guide, I think first time ever I went on a bear hunt without a backup rifle. You're on your own there, Mike. You just hit that button on the front. You just gotta push it. There you go. You got a master's degree? And you need some poor country bumpkin farm kid to teach you how to run a belt?
Well, I figured you knew how to use this gear better than me.
No, actually, I got all this high-tech gear, but I don't know how to use most of it. Kind of out on this ridge like a turd in a punch bowl, but... Avocados?
Oh, you're the bomb.
Look at
Thank you so much.
Yeah, man.
Oh, so well, cool.
Bill, congrats, man.
Hey, thank you,
so
Em.
much. Yeah.
Yes! You see that? Got some sort of wound in there. Probably a burger bullet. This is probably a burger bullet from 3 or 4 years ago. Couldn't even penetrate the ribs. See that, Mike? Got an old wound in his ribs.
Yeah.
Bet you if you cut it out, you'll find an old burger bullet.
I don't know. I don't need that last 20 years of bullshit where I'm not doing good, to be honest. It's like, I don't know, I look like when it gets to where I can't do much anymore, I might have to just take one final sheep hunt. So, you can sign a date there and sign a date there. Okay. Antioch's a crazy place. Holy shit, is that a crazy place.
Yeah, that's probably not even noteworthy in Antioch.
No, it wasn't. There was like no big deal
As far
there.
as the craziness factor
No,
goes.
it's like nothing, everyday business there. Nobody's even surprised. I was like, that place ain't nothing off limits in that end of the state, more or less. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty much the Wild West still out there. Is it just one red berry by itself?
Yeah,
Or is it it's not. You're not talking about a salmon berry.
No,
Okay.
it's just one round berry.
Okay.
There's a bunch of them over there by the water. There's none here. I don't know.
Eat a couple, see what happens.
Well, I've ate them. I mean, I haven't got sick. But I was just curious if you knew what they were. Greg and I were talking.
My underwear came down a little bit and my butt crack surface there for a while.
I don't know. I was laughing too hard to see anything.
2 days from now, we might be hiking back here to find that bear, but...
For more modern-day mountain man DVDs and digital downloads, log on to BillyMolesAdventures.com. Here you'll also find books, a wide variety of merch, and information on hunting opportunities with Billy. When he's not hunting, Billy travels nationally and internationally as a public speaker, sharing his captivating, soul-stirring tales of adventure by way of his one-of-a-kind, down-to-earth delivery at corporate and community events, Christian outreaches, and conservation organizations. Just like the Alaskan wilderness, no one leaves a Billy Moles presentation the same person as they enter it. Log on or call for more info.